Peacock fans, to another episode of Peacocks on the Prowl. I'm Jim Lowry, and sitting next to me today is head coach of the men's wrestling team, Heath Grimm. Coach, nice to have you here.
Good to be here. Thanks, Jim.
All right, Coach, this past week we had the triangular meet between Upper Iowa, Truman State, and Waldorf. It's the second annual Mike Olson Duels, and your team did great. Kind of tell us about the team in general's performance.
Yeah, overall, I think we got what we wanted. There was, out of the 20 matches total, 17 of them were contested. We were a little disappointed that one of the schools had a few open weight classes. But of the 17 matches, I thought we probably had 15 solid efforts. It's a pretty good percentage there. But we wanted to see some of those young kids get an opportunity to wrestle for the first time in Dorman Gym. And that's really what this event provided an opportunity for. And I thought some guys really answered the call well. We talked previously about some of those upper weights, trying to get those guys a win or two, and it was great. I know Maurice Wilburn got that nice win by fall versus a senior in the Waldorf match, and that was a big boost for him. It shows that hard work pays off, and we're starting to get some results. But overall, the vibe was good. We love to protect Dorman Gym. It's a great way to start out the year every year, bring in a couple schools in here. Because most our dual meets, as our schedule indicates, is second semester. So we love getting in front of our home crowd here first semester.
All right, Coach, you already mentioned one of your upper weights and their match against Waldorf. Why don't you tell us about the rest of them?
Yeah, upper weights, we could talk about 184 pounds, Dalton Westerland. Dalton stepped up. We're trying to find out what weight class is best for him. But he did a nice job stepping up, wrestling 184. Unfortunately, he got one forfeit, so he only got one match that night. But he went out there and took care of business, put the guy to his back right away, exposed him again for some near fall. Was en route to probably tech falling the guy, but instead got the fall, which is exactly what we're looking for. Avery Jacobs, the heavyweight, we didn't get a win, but he wrestled a pretty solid kid. That's a senior from Waldorf that's been to the national tournament. Kept at a decision, and then the other match against Truman State, a Division II kid. We didn't perform as well as we liked, but we still saw some things within that 7 minutes of battling that he didn't quit. We just got to clean up a little bit of technique there. He's been putting a lot of hard work in with our upper weight coaches like Carl Broghammer and Blake Sorensen, and he's well on his way to continually the progression.
All right, Coach, and how about the middleweights last week?
Yeah, middleweights did a great job. Colby Vance put up a ton of points both matches. He had a first period technical fall, so to do that within 3 minutes is pretty impressive. To make that disparity of 15 points. Then he also put up, I think, 15 points in his second match to win by a major. But Colby did great. At 65, Zach Bennett did a great job in his debut. We thought maybe, we got high expectations for Zach, but we wanted to also give Douglas Perrin, an opportunity to wrestle at that weight class as well. So we gave Doug a match against a really good kid from Waldorf, who's a transfer that they just picked up. And Doug got beat, but again, just like Avery, we saw no quit. We kept functioning. We saw a lot of positives that came from that. So I did like the effort there overall at both guys' performance at 65. At 157, we saw a freshman, Cody Nelson, get his debut here in Dorman. And he actually, the match against Truman was a match he lost last year as an unattached wrestler during his redshirt season. So to see him turn that around within a year and win that decision 5-2, a very controlled match, was outstanding. And then he also had like a rival match against Waldorf. The kid that wrestles for Waldorf is from Charles City. Cody is from North Butler Green, 20 miles apart. They've known about each other, all their lives. So for Cody to go out there and kind of put on a dominant performance, that was nice personally for him as well. But, guys look good. Damian Penachet at 149, another redshirt freshman. He won the K Young Open earlier this year, and he came out here, collected a forfeit, and then he also had a quick fall against his one match over the weekend, and that looks outstanding. So those middleweights really did an outstanding job.
All right, Coach, and kind of round it out here, why don't you tell us how the lightweights performed?
Yeah, lightweights, 125 pounds. We had Garrett Wangsness wrestle both matches. Garrett got 2 wins. He had two different opponents, like very challenging in their style and strategies. So Garrett had to deal with that, not just go out there and execute skills that he's used to doing, but he also had to wrestle in positions that maybe was presented to him because of his opponent's strategy and style. So Garrett, I thought, did a nice job there mentally as well as physically performing. 133 pounds, we saw Dakota Wangsness, Garrett's brother, get a chance to wrestle, and he won a nice, solid, sound decision. Mitch Funk, a fifth-year senior, also took a forfeit at a weight class in the one dual meet, and then he got an exhibition match and went out there and hit a nice double leg takedown and hit a roll-through tilt that we've been working on, and ended up pinning the kid out of that position. So he executed real well. And then at 141, Hunter Slifka from Cresco, Iowa, got a chance to run out there, and he looked outstanding. Looked a lot faster. That's something we've been focusing on, is being more athletic and more explosive, more quick, and good to see that come to fruition. And then Matt Paulus got an opportunity to wrestle at 141 as well, and Matt went out there and won by fall, something that we've come to expect out of Matt, being a fifth-year senior.
All right, Coach, now coming up this weekend, you're going to be at the Luther Open tournament, so you're going to see plenty of different competition. What are you kind of looking for from the team?
Just more growth offensively. These open tournaments are also a time for us to still see what we're being exposed in. Some areas that we need to then get back into the wrestling room and clean up and tighten up. But we've really had the mindset of trying to be offensive this year, scoring first, making those first attacks, scoring last, not finishing the periods on the bottom. We either want to be on our feet wrestling, trying to score takedowns, or be on top trying to work near fall. So, we want to see that. We got some weight classes where we're trying to figure out who the guy's going to be for that first set of conference duels in December. So these opens provide that opportunity for a great evaluation. So it's really a mixed bag that we're looking for, but we're obviously trying to clean up mistakes and trying to continually identify our strengths.
All right, Coach, now a couple of guys we had talked about before the show, Jordan Rotes and Nick Georgian. You said you were looking forward to them kind of having their debut this weekend at the Luther Open. Why don't you kind of tell us about them? Yeah,
both guys are experienced. Jordan's a junior and Nick's a sophomore. Both, obviously Jordan's wrestled a lot of varsity for us. He's been to the national tournament. Nick is a kid with a ton of potential, and he's got himself healthy, and we want to see what he can do here coming out of the gate. I know he's excited to get on the mat and get wrestling some different guys other than those that are in our own room. So just really excited. They add a lot to us, and we expect a lot out of those guys. Like I said, this is an opportunity for them to perform. They've been preparing. Now it's time to perform.
And there you have it, Peacock fans. Peacock Wrestling back in action this weekend away at the Luther Open. You'll be able to find all the results at UpperIowaAthletics.com. Until next time, Peacock fans, I'm Jim Lowry. Thanks for watching.